Hello there, my good people. It's your boy, the Man Penguin here, and I am here today with some more HOI4 A to Z. We all love HOI4 A to Z, and today's video is gonna be really lovely because we were playing perhaps as the greatest nation in HOI4, the Sultanate of Aussa. You know what I'm gonna do to make this a little more interesting though? I'm gonna buff the Italians fully. Let's go. Here we are, 4 divisions named after channel members already. Pupek's African Safari Division, Sparky's Awusan Menace Division, Bodhi's Bald Italian Slayer, and Yellow Victini loves Aussa. So thank you to my channel members. They are going to be led by Mohammed Yayoi. 2 research slots. I should probably research things that are practical to my country, because what do I have? 1 production, yeah, 1 military factory. We got our ultimatum from the Italians. Can we really resist a fully buffed Italy? Probably not, but they're going to have to take our land by force anyways. And there they come in immediately with their declaration of war. Oh, and enemy bombers. But they're not attacking me. Oh, they are attacking me. Oh, but they didn't attack me for very long. They can attack me with as many divisions as they'd like. We will not give in, hopefully, to these lame old, bald Italians. Imagine having to drop illegal gas on top of a bunch of Awusans. Irregardless of the illegal gassings, we have only lost 940 Awusans. That is a substantial amount of our manpower. And sure, we have no military high command that is actually good in any way, shape, or form. Why would the Awusans have a good military high command? I mean, it's not like they're the greatest country on earth or anything. But this is typical paradox pro-imperialist propaganda. What can we expect? As it turns out, Ethiopia has chosen to die, as is well within Paradox's nature. They can't stand to see an African nation do well. It's Aussa against the world now, and that's fine. Apparently, Mussolini does not approve of Aussa trying to exist. 3 provinces might have been a little too ambitious for Aussa. We've been turned to 2 provinces. And 23,000 of my 500,000 people are dead. So, that ain't nothing though. Not in comparison to the 37,000 Italians. At least I'm not getting gassed anymore. That was, well, I think I was just getting the gas they dropped on the Ethiopians blown over me by the wind. Can I petition to the League of Nations to remove Italians from my territory? Because there are too many Italians attacking me right now. Too many Italians for one poor little African to deal with. Surely the Italians are bound to run out of steam in attacking my 1 province and give me a chance to reorg, right? Apparently not. So I am doing something that I loathe when the AI does it, and I am last standing to death. Unfortunately, I am very low on CP. I need to go visit Epstein Island to refill. You know, the Italians, I mean, they lost a lot of guys. The Italian public should not be pleased with this right now. Apparently they don't seem to give a damn. This right now is making me wish I was with WAD playing the skin flute instead of playing as Aussa. I have never played such a scummy game of HOI4 before in my life. My guys have no org. I don't know how they've lived. I don't know how these trash 3 irregular divisions have lived. At least I can do what is typical of every The Man Penguin video and go communist. Because I really need that 500 weekly manpower. Unfortunately, I did lose whatever his name was, Yayoi, so I have to go with my backup Field Marshal, Umar. And clearly we can feel the effects on the battlefield already. You guys might be wondering how in the hell I have survived this, and I'm kind of wondering it too, especially looking at the fact that 3 of my divisions, which can't do anything with, are almost dead. And if you look at the divisions, none of them are the original divisions from when the game started. The long answer is standing a lot. Running the game on 2-speed a lot of the time, waiting for lulls in combat, or where they stop attacking for about a quarter of a second, where I can take a look at my divisions and say, what can I do? We'll reinforce 2 of my lower strength, lower organization units because, well, they're kind of worthless to me. And while that is slightly harmful, you would think, in the fact that now I have less divisions than I started with, that does help lower the cost of last stand, and it also allows me to train more divisions here, which is frequently what I am doing. I'm training a lot of divisions all the time. I am running army training for that little training debuff, and I am just in the constant process of replacing my divisions before they die. That way I don't lose their manpower and guns. Also, you know, it just kind of helps. Like, it's the only time I ever get a chance to actually have divisions get any organization at all, because these poor divisions are organizationless in Aussa. It's a sad strategy, I mustn't deny, but it is the only strategy I currently have at my disposal. I've killed 270,000 Italians, and that apparently has not slowed Mussolini down in any way, shape, or form. Apparently, this has only caused a negative 4.75% effect in public opinion of the war. The Italians just do not care about their own people, and I guess I kind of have to respect that. Oh my god, though, look at that division. He's about to deploy with basically full organization. Nobody has ever heard of that before in their entire life. Perhaps after 350,000 dead Italians, Mussolini would like to accept a conditional surrender. It seems he does not want to accept his conditional surrender. Has anybody actually ever done a conditional surrender in this game? I feel like I've never used conditional surrender ever, because the AI will never conditionally surrender. Like, why is it even in the game? Is it just for multiplayer? Who the hell even plays HOI4 multiplayer other than masochists? It's 1939 and I am still alive. And if I were to die, I would still consider this successful, because if I was in the Italian shoes right now, I probably would have already blown my shit smooth off. This might honestly be the first time ever on this channel, certainly, and within probably the past like 3,000 hours that I've played HOI4, that I am unironically running the game on 2 speed at times. I haven't been more engaged with the game since the Iran World Conquest. Check that video out. When I went into Civil War 4 times, and really only the first Civil War. Maybe the second one too a little bit, I was pretty engaged. But Aussa got me sweating my balls off right now. Who would have thought that the Aussa game would be the one that requires like all of my HOI4, I wouldn't even call this skill, it's just trashiness. Because this is like trailer trash strategies right now. This is like what trailer trash would do. The Italians joining the Germans, well, will this affect me in any way, shape, or form? I hope not. Oh, well, okay, they joined the war. We'll see if the Germans have to turn up here to save the Italians like they did in Greece. Since that's concerning. But Stalin. He came in clutch, he just invited me to the faction. Now, Stalin, you know I'm not inviting your ass to the war. But being in the faction with you definitely makes me feel a little bit safer. My butt cheeks a little less clenched. Italian divisions hopefully leaving the front line, but maybe not. We're in July, 1 more month till World War II kicks off. I know the Italians don't immediately join World War II, but 1 more month until possible salvation, or at least maybe an easement of hell on the front lines. Of course, they are attacking me a lot harder now than they were before. I have lost 1/5 of my country's population, but I have taken quite a lot of Italians with me. Oops, I forgot that it's September that World War II kicks off, not August, so I got 1 more month now. It's rough. My divisions are in rough shape. They have seen worse days. No, they've definitely not seen worse days. They have seen better days, and that's a sad thing to say because the better days were really, really bad. Okay, there fires World War II. The Italians have no concern. They're just going to continue to pound my butthole in. Italy, stop pounding my butthole. I'm a poor freaking Aussen. It's not fair. So close to the finish line, not the finish line, but the maybe survival line, and this is the worst it has ever looked for me. My divisions are completely destroyed. I'm desperate. I'm gonna take a big risk. I'm gonna leave the Comintern, and I'm gonna hope, hold on. Oh my god, yes, the Allies will accept me into their faction. I can't wait. I'm definitely gonna die, even if I don't call them in, and I'm sick of sitting here. I'm sick of sitting here. I'm sorry. So I'm calling the Allies in. I don't know how I survived that. In this epic fight for survival, I did take 138,000 casualties. But I did also deal to the Italians 450,000. Hard fought. I was definitely gonna die there if I did not join the Allies. But I joined the Allies, and I'm alive. And now, the Aussa game really begins. Which is very unfortunate to say, because I've been sat here for like 4 hours running 2-speed. Oh, how the turntables turn. Sweet, sweet vengeance. Shocking to none, Aussa has outlasted France. And apparently the Italians got all of France. All the suffering that I have had to go through is in part the responsibility of the French. In what way, I'm not entirely certain, but I'm going to war with them anywho for French Somaliland because I have cores. And I want my territory that I have cores on. The French don't deserve it, and the Allies will go to war with them eventually, so it's only fair that it becomes Aussen, as it should be. That has now increased my manpower to 20,000, which is a huge increase. And I wonder if it has helped my economy, which is totally mobilized. Have I gone from more than 2 civilian factories? No, I have not. Who cares about the Middle East? North Africa is where it's at. The beaches of Benghazi are the place to be if you're a Aussen, but probably not the place to be if you are a US diplomat. Or, in this case, an Italian. Fighting encircled Italians, and the British still managed to get pushed back a tile. Unsurprising that they needed Aussa to bail them out. North Africa was fun, but the Aussans, they decided they want to go on vacation to Italy. Luckily, the Italians were not prepared for a bunch of Africans turning up on their shores. You can really tell they aren't prepared because a fully buffed Italy has 61 to 86 divisions. And now Sicily has fallen to a bunch of Africans. Don't tell... Well, I'm not sure who you're not supposed to tell. I'm not really that versed in European Union politics, but don't tell whichever people are fear-mongering over a bunch of Africans. There was a time when it was Awussans encircled in their own country. Now it is Italians. My poor Awussans have absolutely no manpower at all. We are lacking about 20,000, actually. And unfortunately, we get about 100 a day. Plus 500 from Marx, but his portrait is not doing the work that it needs to for a war that has already claimed 1/7 of my population. Actually, more than 1/7 of my population. More like, what would that be, 2/7? That doesn't really fraction well. My Awussans have been brutalized, and we're still only in Sicily. We're only in Sicily. Still got a lot more Italy to go. Oh, how the f did they just push me out? That is interesting, to say the least. I'm gonna blame the British divisions. I'm gonna blame them. I don't feel that shameful in doing that. The British divisions probably somehow cost me that right there, and we can't expect anything less because they're British. It was definitely the British divisions, as you can tell. They got me reinforce memed out of the territory. I don't like the British. Can I say that? I feel like I've said that in several videos, and the point will always stand. I don't like the British. It looks like they're back to dropping gas on my Awussans. Second time's the charm? Question mark? Second time was the charm. Mussolini's been deposed. Splendid. Who? No, wait, he hasn't been deposed. Damn it, I thought that meant the Civil War. We push the straight with Mussolini being deposed. No, we can't. Italy goes into Civil War. I wonder who gets Civil War Italy. I get Civil War Italy. Now, I actually have divisions. And look at that, an Awussan entering Wiener. Is that enough to cap these Germans? It was enough. From 1 province to 2 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who could have seen this one coming? Aussa has already experienced ultimatums once and outlasted the nation which sent them. Ethiopia shall be no different. Certainly, I was not already planning on going to war with them anyways. Ethiopia went down easy like all of your mothers. The Ethiopia gone, the Revolutionary Democratic Union of Afar, Aussa, has reunited its true homeland. And while that does open up quite a lot of hypothetical doors, those hypothetical doors are staying closed. So, Aussa is done. So, thank you all so much for joining. This was definitely an interesting video. It was essentially a last stand and then sit around and do absolutely nothing while the Allies killed the Axis for me video. So thank you all so much for joining. I shall see you all in the next HOI4 A to Z episode, because A to Z is so much fun. Peace out.